we are going to move to the next concept. We are going to talk about menopause. So let's talk a little bit about that. So women's health is a promising category with an increase in life expectancy, boosting the worldwide menopausal population and creating space for innovation. So menopause is one point in a continuum of the life stages for women and marks the end of their reproductive years. So decreasing prevalence of postmenopausal symptoms owing to the shift towards a sedentary lifestyle is expected to drive the market, a market that was estimated at $16 billion in 2021 with a growth of 5%, as aging population with a 50 plus segment expected to register the fastest growth rate with a 6%. So, what are the main figures that we need to remark when talking about menopause? We are talking that 1 billion women worldwide will be experiencing menopause in 2025. So most of them among the 45-55 years as part of the biological aging. And 80% of them will have symptoms around menopause. So we are talking about 800 millions of women suffering from menopause symptoms. And I'm saying suffering because of the strongly impact on the daily life and the quality of life of the 48 challenging symptoms that can be experienced during menopause. And women may spend up to 40% of their lifetime in postmenopause due to the increase in life expectancy. So, make your estimations. It's a huge impact to consider. So I really believe that helping women achieve real understanding of how their hormonal health impacts their lifelong health can increase positive sentiment and improvement in their lives as a first step. So Monica, if you want to explain us to understand a little more about menopause.
Yes. Menopause is the consequence of the reduction in the ovarian function, as it's causing a gradual decrease in the level of estrogens in women's system. Estrogens regulate the growth, development, and physiology of the human reproductive system, but also are involved in neuroendocrine, skeletal, adipogenesis, and cardiovascular system. Two main receptors have been identified, estrogen receptor alpha and beta, and as you can see in the picture, they are located in different tissues in women organisms. And these receptors are regulating diverse functions. The low level of estrogen during menopause reduces the activation of these receptors and is causing the symptoms related to menopause. That, as Isas mentioned, there are more than 30 different symptoms related to menopause. So, phytoestrogens are plant-based compounds which mimic the effects of estrogen in the body. These molecules has a molecular structure similar to estrogens and can activate these receptors. They are in different botanicals, for example, in red clover, in soybeans, in hops. And the studies have demonstrated that phytoestrogens have the ability to reduce the frequency and intensity of menopause symptoms without serious side effects, which is very, very important. And the estrogenic activity of these compounds is depending on the molecular structure. The most powerful phytoestrogen is H-prenylnaringenyl, HPN, which is common in hops. So there are a lot of information in bibliography about the benefits of phytoestrogens in menopause. More than 1,500 scientific publications, 300 clinical trials, and 30 meta-analyses demonstrating how phytoestrogen can help to address these symptoms in menopause. For example, hot flashes, mental symptoms, body weight, bone density, etc. So, Isas, I hand over to you.
Thanks, Monica. So, sorry, as we are facing that 1 billion women worldwide will be experiencing menopause in 2025, and of those, around 80% will experience symptoms around menopause. The resources investigating on menopause were clear. So, with a better understanding now of phytoestrogen impact on menopause symptoms, actions were taken by R&D team. So, Monica?
To highlight the clinical data about this powerful phytoestrogen, the HPN found in hops extracts. There are some clinical trials, and they demonstrate how these extracts are capable to significantly reduce the frequency of hot flashes. But also, it observed a significant improvement in Kaplan-Meier index. This Kaplan-Meier index evaluates not just hot flashes, but also other menopause symptoms like mental symptoms like nervousness, fatigue, but also pain, etc. We have to say that this HPN is 100 times more powerful than soy isoflavones. And also it's important to mention that this HPN doesn't need biotransformation. You know that soy isoflavones have to be transformed by microbiota, and in some cases women cannot respond to soy isoflavones because they don't have the appropriate microbiota. But in the case of HPN, it's not needed because no need of a biotransformation. So is this about the claims?
So also there are products in the market containing HPN, and the main claims are that it regulates and provides relief from the hot flashes and night sweats that are the most commonly symptoms associated with menopause. Also, that helps to reduce hot flashes and sweating while supporting balanced hormones, provides better comfort during menopause, helps support the well-being during menopause, and helps to provide gentle relief from commonly experiencing menopausal symptoms, including hot flashes, night sweats, and mood swings, and also that supports a healthy estrogen balance. So again, it depends on the regional regulatory bodies to use these claims, but these are some of the existing ones in the market that position an ingredient to support menopause.